One of the neat effects that you can create in Flash is the effect of a camera moving or zooming in and out. In this movie, we'll take a look at how to do that. The first step is to take your animation and nest it inside of a symbol. So I'm going to select all my frames below the border layer. To do that, I'll deselect all my frames and then click on frame 1 of the logo layer and drag all the way down and to the end of my animation to select all the rest of my frames. Now I'll cut these frames by right-clicking and choosing Cut Frames. Now I'll delete every layer except for the border and the logo layer. I'll change the logo layer's name to Animation. Now let's insert a new blank symbol to paste the animation. Insert New Symbol. I'll name this Animation and then paste the animation by right-clicking the first frame of layer 1 inside of the animation symbol and then choosing Paste Frames. So there's my animation. I'll go to Scene 1, or the main timeline, and then scroll to the first frame. Now I'll unlock the animation layer and click and drag the animation symbol from the library on the stage to create an instance. I'll move this into place, and then what I'll do is scale up the symbol. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'll move the transformation point right over the girl on the bike. That way, everything scales around her, and that's what I want to do. So I'm going to drag it using the Free Transform tool, and then I'll move this whole instance to the right using my keyboard. So let's preview this animation in the Flash Player. So the girl rides in on the bike, and it's close up. Once she gets all the way in the frame, we'll zoom out. So let's create that animation. Right-click any frame in the animation layer and choose Create Motion Tween. Then we're going to insert a keyframe at frame 60. So I'll right-click there, and then choose Insert Keyframe All. Then I'll go to the last frame of the animation and scale the whole thing up. In order to do that, I'll need to zoom out. I'm using the keyboard shortcut Command-. That's Control- on the PC. So we're going to zoom out by scaling down. The fastest way to do it is to use the Transform panel and to set the scale width and scale height manually. Remember, you can find the Transform panel at Window Transform. So I'll set the width and height to 100% for each. And then at the last frame, I'm just going to use my keyboard and mouse to move the instance in place. I'll zoom in. And what I'm really looking to do is get that logo at the bottom left corner. That looks good. Now let's test the movie in the Flash Player and see what it looks like. So the girl rides in on the bike, close up, then the whole scene zooms out. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you can add more frames and have the animation hold, or do whatever you'd like. The main thing I want you to take away from this movie is that by nesting animations inside of symbols, you can create camera, zooming, and panning effects.